Alright, so for the build, a lot of you guys are still asking what is the build for the helicopter, even if I have uploaded it a lot of times already. So here it is. I am still using the old build for the essence. Pensive Crown, Driven Thunder, Windchild, Terminal Pace, Calefaction, Boundless Breath, Leaping Shadow, and Eye of the Storm. For the green set, I am not changing this one, using 4 pieces Mountebank and 4 pieces Vitus Urges all the time. I also tested using this new set Wildfire Imperative, but the Vitus 4 pieces Vitus is still better. For the skills, of course, Fist of Thunder, Shield of Sen, 7-Sided Strike, Breath of Heaven, Cyclone Strike. For the Paragon 3, using Brawler in Battleground, Heavy Armor, Rug, Combat Expertise, Combat Tricks, and Defender of Sanctuary. Using Benefactor. For Vault, Gladiator, Hold Formation, First Aid, Uncontrollable, Cheat Death, and Grizzled Veteran. You can also try out using the Slayer 3. This is also good, but for me, Brawler is better for the damage reduction. But if you want to have more shield, go for this one, Slayer. Amplified Shields, Safeguard, Hope, Deterioration, and Rapture. For the controls, I am recommending to use this one, especially on the channeling skill. For the Cyclone Strike, I'm using Spacebar on my 4th skill slot. So if I want to channel, I just use Spacebar. And using, of course, mouse to move. Because all the time, we are not using normal attack. I'm just using normal attack to blink to enemies. Another thing, if you enter Battleground, go for your offensive stance. So if you are dying on the very first few minutes, change to defensive stance so you can gain a shield. Again, this is the basic rotation. Shield of Sen, 7-Sided Strike when you are near an enemy, and then go channel. Just using your mouse to move or your normal attack to blink. Chase and blink. Very easy to use if you are playing in PC. It's a little bit complicated in mobile, but still very user-friendly, let's say. For the legendary affixes, I am recommending to use Evasion. Rating is increased by 0.8 for every nearby enemy up to a maximum of 8%. But here in the Europe server, most of the top players are using accuracy, but still, this is very useful for the monk class. Others that I recommend, so number 2, if you have this one, it's just a bonus because it's very difficult to have multiple affixes like this, since the enchant system can only be used in one attribute. This one, it is in combo of this evasion rating. Evading an attack grants you a shield equal to 5% of your maximum life for 5 seconds. Cooldown 12 seconds. The third priority that you can get is shield also grant 2 charges that each absorb damage equal to 50% of your damage from a single hit. But because of there's a lot of skills in Battleground, this might not be that great. Still, a good to use if you do not have this one. And for the last one, resistance, I have this because I just got lucky having it at 3 out of 4. Gain a shield equal to 15% of your maximum life for 5 seconds when you are falling below 10% life. So this has saved me a lot. Cooldown is 30 seconds. For the curse property, I am recommending to use Ghosted and Nettled. You can go for 6 pieces Nettled, 2 pieces Ghosted, or you can use it 4 pieces Ghosted or 4 pieces Nettled. So currently, I am using 4 pieces of each. For the secondary stats, I am recommending to have a high armor than your armor penetration, because most of the time, we are using Firestorm skill. Next focus is resistance, because the number 1 counter for this build is crowd control skills, especially stun, versus Tempest with the new armor, and versus Wizards. with 6.6k. So here in the Europe server, only whales have more than 6k potency. With 6.6k, it's already good for me in my bracket. Armor penetration is also okay. If you have this also high, then good for you. It can also make your Firestorm critical. So this is not chance. This is critical hit damage. The least priority is potency. We do not need this at all. So again, number 1 should be armor, number 2 resistance, number 3 armor penetration, and the last potency. Another attribute that I am recommending, especially if you are in Europe server where a lot of players are using evasion. I think even in the Southeast Asia and China, a lot of players are using evasion at the cap. So, to counter that, use accuracy 30%. If you enter in Battleground, this will be strife at 9%. At 9%, it is still doing a lot versus players with cap evasion. Alright, so that's it guys. That is again the helicopter build meta for this season. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any questions or suggestions, please feel free to comment that down below. Thank you for watching. Until next time.